No, and like you were saying, Juicy Kids already have 3 losses on the season, and in my opinion, they cannot lose anymore. And like you were talking about, each game is so ever important, especially with all the tiebreaker possibilities that could boil down. They need this game.
Well, Rixronde with a miss, he is human after all, and killer number 7 gets the scoring started for the Juicy Kids.
And what a way to put pressure on them. Control that midfield and then take advantage of the low man down. Killer number 7, first one on the board, only 15 seconds into this game.
Came into this match tied with Frag for the team leading goals. Now he has it outright, his 15th goal of the season. He may not score too many easier than that one. Got another shot on, and Chacaron's got the save. And now Rixronde will try to get things started for Method. He is their catalyst. Again, 15 goals for Chacaron. That's 1 2/3 per game. But he hasn't gotten started yet. Burrito B gonna drop that off for Chacaron. Here comes Rixronde. That's gonna be outside as well. And now Chacaron, he'll throw one netward as well. So here comes Method, getting plenty of opportunities early, but they don't convert initially.
Yeah, and already 3 shots on the board for Method, 3 for the Juicy Kids. So it just may be the shootout that you were talking about. The only way Juicy Kids can truly beat them is playing their own game, but the shot on the board from Rixronde to tie this game up.
He very well could have the league lead for total goals after today is over with. His 16th right there, top shelf, and really both teams so far have taken advantage of defensive miscues. You cannot afford to make those mistakes if you want to win at this level. It doesn't have to be perfect, but it has to be better than that. Rixronde gonna set up Chacaron, but there's Frag to bomb it away. Frag actually at one point had the league lead in shooting percentage because he shot so rarely, but he converted when he did, as Killer 7, or rather Heavy, able to drop down on top of that ball. But the shot blocked away. Now Frag looking for Killer number 7 this time, and it's blocked well out in front. You were talking, Subi, about how Juicy Kids had to play that solid midfield defense. We're seeing Method and play that strategy here. It didn't work out there as Frag just dribbles right through, and the lead is back for the Juicy Kids.
So far doing a great job of holding the center of the field, just like a heavyweight fighter standing in the center of the ring. Cannot be moved right now. Juicy Kids just need to stay to this game plan, and this series is theirs.
Cheat kickoff there. Frag trying to come up and win that. And it will eventually end up on the Method's defensive side of the field. It's Burrito B though. Backboard play. Rixronde there for his second. It really is Rixronde versus the Juicy Kids, and they're all tied up.
And you cannot miss these passes off that back wall. If you're a defender, you have to put some sort of touch on them, because for a player like Rixronde, if he has a wide open net in front of him, he can put it anywhere on that canvas.
So still 3 minutes to go and counting, with Chacaron being dispossessed by Killer 7. And it looked like Heavy was there lurking as well, but couldn't take advantage. Already 10 shots combined between these two teams. Less than half the game gone by. Again, we could see records here. Forget about the Method secret match. Burrito B racing back, but it'll be Chacaron.
Nice.
That goes across, and Killer number 7 blocked at midfield by Rixronde. It isn't just scoring that Rix does. He also leads the team and the league in saves per game. One of 2 players averaging 2. The other, we'll see him next in Al Dente from Placebo. There's a save by Chacaron. Follow up from Heavy, and Burrito B stopped that one. So again, Juicy Kids are matching the shots from Method, but Method's coming up big on the defensive end as well.
They are standing tall at the moment, realizing it's a tie ball game. No reason to be overly aggressive. Look at the midfield passing plays coming out from the Juicy Kids, though.
That is a point-blank opportunity, too. Frag has to convert that. They do not, though. The shot's high. Remains tied up, and not for long. Oh, it does! Burrito B bangs one off the crossbar, and then he sends one back, going the wrong way. Frag over top of Chacaron, and he just recovers to make the save. He has to make another save as well, and the clear, more importantly. But now it's back and forth. It's turned into a track meet, and Frag has the save on the other end. Here comes Rixronde from the other side, and that's going to be sent back the other way. Boy, just back and forth these teams go. Not a whole lot of break in the action. Rixronde denied out in front by Frag, and Chacaron has to retreat. Thought about going for it. That indecisiveness may cost them, as this goes to the backboard with a double commit, and Rix Ronde comes up empty. Another attempt from Frag. Nobody there at midfield though, and Rix Ronde can bomb one away. Big break for Method.
Yeah, and that's right there is where you need to be a little more aggressive if you're on the Juicy Kids. When that ball is hanging in the air and you can count to 1001 and you don't see any teammate going for it, push forward, go for that ball, it is yours. If you give Method more than 2 seconds to get to a ball, they're gonna take advantage, push forward, and score on you.
It's Burrito B. Overtime is looming here, all knotted up in the final minute. Rix Ronde has to retreat, didn't get that cleanly, but he does find Burrito. Now Frag for killer number 7, that's gonna be sent away. Heavy, lurking back at the net, and it's another heavy clear all the way down to the Method side. Full tank of boost for killer number 7, but he landed a little awkwardly on the wall and can't take advantage of it. Frag will try again, he's also got a full tank. Boost starve may be a concern now for Method. Chacaron up to meet Frag, and a big clear needed from Rix Ronde. They won't clear the zone. Another one in front. All 3 members of Method converge, and it finds its way to the net. Killer number 7 somehow wills this one through.
What an absolute insane angle. I know that it went off the defender. You can see the blue trail on the ball, but the fact that that came down off the roof, went in, and the fact that Juicy Kids have 12 shots on net right now, going to show you that they can play Method's game.
How do you beat a team that shoots more than just about anybody else? You outshoot them. 13 shots for the Juicy Kids, and if they can touch this down, which they do there, they will have game number 1, getting a must-win match off on the right foot.
Oh my goodness, an absolute shootout. They brought Method's game plan into game number 1 to beat them. I'm curious to see, do they stay with that or do they try and slow it down to throw Method off their game? It's going to be fun for game 2 for me, but the fact that killer number 7 stepped up for his team, saying, Rix Ronde, I know you're the MVP of your team. Let me just show you to do it a little bit better.
You know, when we were talking about Juicy Kids and Method, and you know the highlight was killer number 7 and Rix Ronde, I was a little suspect. I thought maybe Frag was going to be the cog that got Juicy Kids running. But you can see there, 7 shots each for killer number 7 and for Rix Ronde. 2 goals apiece. Rix did get his 2 saves, but it wasn't enough because the Juicy Kids, what do? They matched that shot volume and bettered it. 13 shots. You're going to win a lot of games shooting 13 shots, let me tell you. So for Method, they need to do, I think, maybe exactly what you were talking about. Cut them off at midfield and not let them get all those shots, because now Method, they're on the back foot. They've kind of been punched in the mouth here, and they have to recover.
Well, Method relies on their speed a lot, and we saw that the last 2 times that they've played, but in this game, looks like their speed is being matched. They need to figure out a different style of play, because right now, speed for speed, looks like the Juicy Kids can win that one.
So game 2 now with Method and the Juicy Kids. Juicy Kids taking that first game. Not what we expected at all, but they did exactly what they needed to do. Killer number 7. This is awkward in front. Chacaron just sails one off to the corner. Remember, it was only 15 seconds it took for the Juicy Kids to score first. They may do it again. Heavy this time, blocked away by Burrito B. And now Killer over to Frag, and that's great because there was an offender bearing down on him. Frag looked like he might have got the flip reset there trying to land on the ball. Frag there, not just bombing it away, wisely using a teammate. And now Rix Ronde looking for Chacaron or Burrito. Nobody's there. It's coming back the other way. Right now, Method just look a little out of sorts.
Yeah, right now, to me, it feels like Rix Ronde is trying to put too much of this pressure onto his own shoulders. He needs to rely on his teammates a little more. He had a fast break. He had Chacaron to his right. He opted for a weak shot when he should have dumped it off and let Chacaron put a nice hard shot on net. Just a little smarter gameplay from him would be great to see.
So now Killer can just bomb one down again. Frag is there with him. Killer and Frag connect here. Instead it's Heavy who's coming on, and it's blocked away by Rix Ronde. Not a save there, but really, he really has been everything for Method so far. This is on target and sent away by killer number 7. How did Rix get that on target from that angle?
He is one of the best in the league. That's an easy answer there, Stacks.
As good an answer as any. Frag's going to win this challenge. Method has to scramble back Rix Ronde dumps that off to the corner, but Killer's there. He may have wanted that out a little more, but it works out just fine. Killer and Frag connect. It takes a $140, but they have a 1-0 lead.
I am so impressed with Killer number 7 right now. His rotations, his positioning, absolutely phenomenal. And you see that passing play going off the back wall. He saw the defender coming, knowing that the goal was covered, goes around the defender, gives his teammate the opportunity, and once again, the Juicy Kids with the early lead in this game.
So now can Method answer? It was a very quick answer for at least the first 2 goals that the Juicy Kids scored in game 1. Heavy has that off to the corner, and boy, that's dangerous in front, but nobody crashing for Method. That miss from Heavy may be costly though. Burrito B up towards the ceiling for this, and Rix Ronde, all he can do is just get a touch to make sure they can't clear it easily. Rix again needs Burrito B coming on, and Heavy beats him to the punch. And here go the Juicy Kids. Not nearly as many shots as in game 1. Killer number 7 may have something to say about that, but Rix Ronde does kill off the attack. And Burrito B now looking to keep this for himself. He has the boost to follow, but it will be sent away yet again.
You know, I am loving the Juicy Kids squad that we're seeing right now. No double commits so far in 1.5 games. Playing super smart. Every single clear that they're trying to put downfield is to a teammate to push that ball past the midline. They're just playing so smart right now, knowing that they can't rely solely on skill against this Method squad.
This Juicy Kids team, they really have the feel of a team that shows up against the best teams in the league. And for whatever reason, the teams that they're supposed to beat, at least you would think on paper, that's where they struggle. If they can figure it out, well, hey, they'd be in great shape to at least get top 4. They could have a 2-0 lead here, but it's going to be blocked away. Chacaron just getting there, and he takes out Frag as well. That should buy them some time, but Killer number 7, again, being pesky in the defensive end for Method, not letting them clear the zone. That ball never reached to the orange side. Great recovery, more pressure from the Juicy Kids. Another chance in front. That's going to be set away. Looked like Chacaron was just there in time. And Rix Ronde will have this away. Fewer shots this time around, but again, the lead for the Juicy Kids. They're not going to complain about how they get there. They're just happy to have a 1-0 lead.
We were talking about it pre-game. Play Method's game style game 1, and then games 2 and 3, change it up to yours. Method, so far, unable to transition their gameplay, and it is showing on the shot chart right now. Only 4 on the board for Method. They're used to 10 a game. Juicy Kids doing a great job on D.
That is blocked away. Killer number 7 almost doubling the lead, but Burrito B was there. Now Chacaron knocked out of the play, so he can't follow this up. Hey, sometimes if you can't get the ball, getting the car is just as good. Killer number 7 taking his time. That was on its way in, but Rix Ronde with a big clear. Now Burrito B got the demo, found Chacaron. He had 70% goal participation last season. New team, same Chacaron.
Hey, and good on him, because so far this season, Chacaron has only been shooting 15% as far as his accuracy goes. He needs to put them in the goal. He does exactly that with a great pass from Burrito B.
Yeah, hard to have your shot saved when there's nobody in the net. Great play by Method. He may have another one too, just off the mark. Follow up from Burrito B. Rix Ronde coming in as well. Is anybody going to circle around? No. And Frag is there to disrupt the play just enough. But Method have tried to turn this game on its head. Double commit may be costly. Rix Ronde, he has to come all the way up. They have a chance, only Frag in net. Killer circling around as well. He may not be needed, or maybe he will. Rix Ronde trying to run into Killer as well, but he does get his savior badge, and that forces OT.
Oh my goodness, you sleep on them for half a second, just a little bit of a catnap, and they get right back into this game. But a fast break opportunity, and Frag goes under the defender. 2-0 for the Juicy Kids.
How early did he jump for this? Frag sees Chacaron and is like, nope. Nope, we'll just go underneath. Easy dribble in to a wide open net. And my goodness, the Juicy Kids trying to get back to 500 on the season. They are 1 win away, Subi. 1 win away from getting an all-important 3rd win in league play.
What a great fake out there for Frag. Wow. Seeing the defender already in the air, he knows all I have to do is keep this ball on the ground. Didn't even matter if he hit it a little too hard. He had a teammate pushing forward with him. so smart, not just hitting the ball forward like you'll see a ton of players do, using that opportunity to his advantage, using his dribbling skills, and 50% goal participation on the season, showing you why. He's going to score, he's going to get assists, doing everything he can to take his team to victory.
Remember that the primary tiebreaker is overall game win percentage. So for the Juicy Kids, if you're going to win in as few games as possible. You can't win in any fewer than 3 games, and they are 1 win away from doing just that. It would make them 11-11, 3-3 in matches. Then, well, all you have to do is beat Secret next week. I mean, the way they're playing right now, they could beat just about anybody, and they could really secure at least a top 4 spot. But they still have business to take care of here. They've got one more match that they have to win with Method. Otherwise, it's all for naught.
Yeah, and it's going to be rough. It is going to be rough to win those last games, or their last game, rather. They have to do it, and they're a team that plays to their competition, it seems like. You were talking about it earlier during the match, that they lose games that they shouldn't lose. They win games that surprise us, like this. They're up 2-0. Method has to complete the reverse sweep to win this series. Juicy Kids just need to play like this all the time. They're showing they're a smart team, and that obviously they watch tape. Put it forth on the field. Don't take the teams that you should beat. Don't take that for granted. Please just play to your potential.
Right, and now for Method, the challenge becomes more mental than anything, I would think, because they're a team that sometimes you feel like they have to get off to a strong start. If things start going south for them early, I mean, it becomes a torrential downpour for them. So they need to right the ship sooner rather than later. They've only got another 5 minutes to get there. Otherwise, they're going to get swept out of this match, and that's going to be a huge loss of morale going into their match later tonight with Team Secret.
Yeah, and we were talking, I want to bring it back to the Juicy Kids just because they're up 2-0. Really surprising all of us. They may make us look very silly on the desk here. We all chose them and proving us wrong. But you were talking about mid-game or early game for the Juicy Kids, especially game 1, and it seems like they do those double commits, which we didn't see here. They get a little over-aggressive, they think they need to do too much, and they put their back man in a really bad position. And they need to really focus on that in game 3. Don't get ahead of themselves. Treat this just like you're down. Play as if your life depended on it, because as you were talking about earlier, this can bring them to 11-11 as far as wins and losses, and that could be huge at the end of the season.
Yeah, give yourself as many wins as possible, and even if you do finish, say, 3-4, you give yourself at least a chance, because really, they are on life support right now. This win would be huge for the Juicy Kids. And killer number 7 has stepped up huge, because we've talked about this Juicy Kids team often enough, and sometimes they're up, sometimes they're down. Their stats as a whole kind of look unimpressive, but one thing they do is when they do manage to get pressure on a team, it is constant, and they really pick and choose their opportunities. They convert when they do get those chances. That's what I think is maybe the most underrated thing about the Juicy Kids. Against a team like Zebra Nose that can make save after save after save, it gets frustrating, and maybe that's why a team like Zebra Nose was able to beat them. A team like Method, they don't make a ton of saves. They're too busy trying to break out on the offensive end. You can take advantage of that. One little mistake, you take advantage, you capitalize, and here you are. You got a 2-0 series lead, and again, 1 win away from really maybe their biggest win of the season.
Definitely. And I really think that the Juicy Kids realize how big of a role player Rix Rondé is for this Method squad. 92% goal participation.
Wow, yeah.
That's really close to 100% if you don't know how math works, and that's really good. So he's either scoring or getting assists on every single goal that Method scores. And if they can take him out of the play, they realize Method isn't going to score. And we saw that just now in game number 2. Take him out of the play, whether it be boost starving, whether it be bumping him, which we haven't seen any aggression from either team. So maybe if Method wants to win, maybe that's one avenue that they do take. Go for the aggressive play style. Go for bumps. Try and disrupt them, because we've seen perfect, crisp, clear rotations on defense from the Juicy Kids. If you can disrupt that in any way, you just may get that small window that a little bit of a breeze can go through and the ball can squeak right on through.
Yeah, for a player like Rix Rondé and Method, it is actually kind of a curse, too, because there are very few players that are leading their team in the 3 major stat categories. We're talking actually all 4 of them. We're talking goals, assists, saves, and shots. Rix Ronde is one of those players, and when you've got a player that you rely on that heavily, Dignitas in North America comes to mind with a player like Chicago. He's at least got a little support there with Zol, but you know, for Method, that support doesn't seem to exist with Rix Ronde. His shoulders are going to be feeling very heavy after those first couple of games. You start to wonder maybe as a team, what do we have to do? It's not working.
Be a team. You answered your
what
question.
A concept.
You answered your question perfectly. When you look at North American teams, you've got the Wonder Thunder combo. You have Vince. You have Halcyon. I mean, someone else from Method has to step up, and for me, it has to be Chacaron.
So here we go. It has to be Chacaron. It has to be now. Game number 3 with Juicy Kids trying to spring what may be an upset. We don't even know if it's an upset, to be honest, because we've seen Method so infrequently, but it very well could be. Burrito B may have something to say about it. That shot didn't get a whole lot on it. And now Rix Ronde. He'll be looking for Burrito B, circling around. Took his time, and Heavy was there. Great read defensively. You are seeing 4 or 5 cars kind of jumbled up in the corner, almost looking kind of like Season 1 of the RLCS, but they do survive. No harm done just yet. Now Burrito B, blocked again by Heavy. He's really been a thorn in the side of Burrito. And now it will be killer number 7 who can finally clear the zone. And now here come the Juicy Kids. When they've gotten opportunities, they've converted, but not this time as that one skips harmlessly across.
Just like the Spartan Warriors there, holding the defensive line for that onslaught in the beginning of the game. You know that they were just all yelling, hold, hold, and when their time came, they sprung forward to put their offense on. They need to continue that mentality. Do not fold under the pressure of Method.
That one will bang off the ceiling. Not sure Burrito B was ready for that. And now everybody circles around. It does still look a little hectic for Method. Burrito trying to battle with Frag. Could not screen him off the ball. Killer number 7 is there, and the team leader in goals strikes again.
I saw that happening. Killer number 7 swoops in, gets the boost steal. You see on screen there, Frag takes the other corner boost. Method, without boost, not going to do too well on defense. Great passing play, great shot placement, and once again, the Juicy Kids with the early lead in the series.
Rix Ronde looking for a quick answer. There will be none. Heavy already with a savior badge. Just a minute 30 in game number 3. Burrito B beats him to the punch here. Nobody at the net, but old Ironsides comes up big. The crossbar with yet another save. We have seen Method hit the bar a few times, but we've also seen the Juicy Kids. I think it's really evened out, and you've seen the difference is simply the quality opportunities. Heavy able to just force this one through with brute force.
Oh my goodness. Heavy standing tall, showing Chacaron who the real Shack Attack is. Second goal on the board for the Juicy Kids, looking strong in this game.
Well, there are very few teams between North America and Europe that make you just scratch your head when you look at them and watch them play. Juicy Kids are coming up huge here on this Friday night. Banked out for Chacaron. There is still time for Method. One-on-one against Frag. That's going to kick out. Burrito avoids the demo. That's going to be off the backboard as well. Rix Ronde shots high, and the follow-up is blocked by who else but Heavy, making his 4th save. Frag the other way. It's a counterattack, and Juicy Kids are matching and even bettering the pace of Method.
When you have a fast break, you need to capitalize, and you see the feels backflip from Burrito. I'm not sure if he would have been able to get there regardless. Just great shot placement from Frag. Upper right 90, 100 kilometers per hour. 3-0 for the Juicy Kids. Method needs to wake up now. They need some black tea or something, because what they're doing right now is not working. Another one from Frag.
It's just shot, shot, shot again and again and again. Really, what we thought Method was going to be doing to the Juicy Kids, it's been a role reversal. Everything is just around the Method net. They can't break out of the zone at all. They look like a team that has just been thoroughly defeated right now. Frag now. That's going to drop down, and Chacaron at least has that clear, and it does kick past Heavy. He does make a mistake every now and then. It doesn't cost them, though, as killer number 7's back for the save.
Okay. Need everyone to take a deep breath right now. We're in the second half. Juicy Kids scored 4 in the first. Therefore, it's possible that Method scores 4 themselves, but they need to start soon. Time is winding down, and I'm afraid it's not on their side right now.
And you know what they say, it is possible,
Not
it is
plausible.
not probable. That's the problem right now for Method. They need to get out, and they need to get out fast on the offensive end, and they just cannot clear onto the orange side of the field. This will spend some time on the orange side, but it's coming right back in. Back and forth they go. It's Frag, now killer number 7 for Frag again.
Oh.
Pass all the way across, but Heavy wasn't there. Boy, that looked like a brilliant pass until you saw where Heavy was. You're like, well, the idea was there, the execution not so much, but again, they've got a 4-0 lead. They don't need any more goals at this point.
Exactly. Just really focus on pulling in your arms and legs and utilizing that turtle shell. Just turtle up on defense. Do not overcommit. Don't give Method the opportunity to score goals. And right now, they're going to need one every 15 seconds if they want to tie this game up, starting now.
Frag now gets this one by Chacaron. More frustration. The gates open behind him. They had to chase the game, did Method. The game chased them down instead. Killer number 7 with yet another, and that could be the dagger.
Oh my goodness. Every single Juicy Kids player getting involved in this one. Killer number 7, 2 goals, 2 assists. Heavy, 1 goal, 1 assist. And Frag, 2 goals, 2 assists. Just playing like a team, playing to their roles, and just absolutely demolishing Method in this game.
This really has been incredible stuff. Burrito B now gonna kick this away. Of course, you know who's really loving this right now is Team Secret. If they win their 2 matches today, they'll clinch a top 4 spot, and their task just got even easier because Method is now about to go on 2 losses at this point. It's gonna be Heavy now, looking to just rub more salt into the wound. Killer number 7 is there, but Burrito B has the save. They're not gonna clear the zone though.
Oh.
More shots on, that was just outside the post. And Chacaron will have this again. They're just playing for pride at this point. At least try to break up the shutout, show some signs of life heading into their match later. They're going to have a long time to sit and think about this one. The Juicy Kids get a huge win here in week 4. They are now 3-3, and they did it in the most efficient way possible.